Hi, Jim Broyles here, and in this video I am going to share with you the 3 phases of SOMA breath and the benefits of each one. You know, a huge percentage of health problems are caused by chronic stress, long-term accumulation of different stressors over time, and by tuning into your breath, changing the way you're breathing, and breathing correctly, you actually have the ability to eliminate a lot of stress in your body. You don't necessarily have to change your whole life. You simply have to change your breath. And that is a huge, huge component. So let's talk about the 3 phases of SOMA breath so you know how to do it moving forward. So there's 3 main components: rhythmic breathing, breath retention, and then the Mula Bandha lock. And I'm going to explain all 3 and the benefits of each one. And there's a reason that all 3 are incorporated because they all have their own unique set of benefits. So rhythmic breathing. Rhythmic breathing is a great way to start to change your breathing to how we should be breathing properly, right? So the key here is to inhale through the nose, and in a SOMA breathwork practice, we're exhaling through the mouth, okay? And we're doing this in a rhythm. So we're really taking that deep belly breath in through the nose and then out through the mouth, okay? And in some breathwork meditations, you may be breathing in for a count of 2 and out for a count of 4. Other breathwork meditations, you may be breathing in for a count of 4 and out for a count of 4. And it is a slower paced breath. And what this is doing, it's really helping to balance functions in the body, balance the nervous system, activate the parasympathetic nervous system that doesn't get activated very often usually, which is your rest, relax, and digest. And this is a great way to really train the breath, and especially when we combine it with music and breathe in beats to the rhythm of the music. This is a great way to train rhythmic breathing, okay? And so that's what we're doing here. And doing this is going to create higher heart rate variability, better heart coherence, better coherence throughout the body. It's really harmonizing your blood flow. It's balancing all the systems in your body and calming and balancing the nervous system. So it really makes you feel great when you do it, and it's incredibly nourishing to your body. This is really the first step to gaining control over your emotions and also activating self-healing in the body. Okay, so again, it's gonna look like, you know, in 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And when you're doing SOMA breath, you can be sitting up or lying down. If I'm doing a long meditation, like 45 minutes, I definitely prefer to lie down. If I'm doing a shorter practice, 10 to 20 minutes, it's great sitting up as well. So it's totally personal preference. But again, so I'm just going to kind of demonstrate it. So you really start that breath in your belly, expand your belly, then move it up into the diaphragm and then the chest, and then give a full exhale. And there's really no pausing in between the inhale and exhale. The next phase of SOMA breath is breath retention. This is also known as intermittent hypoxia. And in a SOMA breathwork meditation, we generally do several rounds, several minutes of rhythmic breathing, and then we go into a breath retention phase. And intermittent hypoxic training has been shown to treat a range of ailments, including high blood pressure, diabetes, Parkinson's, emotional disorders, and more. And the first yogis understood the benefits of breath retention thousands of years ago, before we had the science to support it. You know, one of the most revered techniques of pranayama actually lowers oxygen levels in the body, and that's what we're doing with breath retention. Okay, and again, we're doing this just for a brief period of time. So when you do it for a brief period of time, intentionally, it has a lot of benefits. Your body adapts to a lower oxygen environment, starts to become more efficient at producing energy. We're also putting a positive stress on the body, which over time really makes you more resilient to stressful situations. And this is a time where you can really dive deep into a meditative state, access your subconscious mind, begin to reprogram the brain, reprogram subconscious imprints that perhaps were formed in childhood that might be blocking you from achieving your highest potential. So it's a really powerful component to Soma breath. Now, I do want to caution that do not practice this piece of the breath work if you fall into any of these categories: pregnancy, epilepsy, severe COPD, or cardiac arrhythmia, or you have a pacemaker. In that case, you can do the other components, but not the breath retention, okay? The third phase is called the Mula Bandha lock, all right? And what this is doing is you're isolating and engaging your pelvic floor muscles, okay? So in this phase, you will hold all your breath in, okay? You'll lock your Mula Bandha, and you'll experience a rush of blood flow and oxygen to your brain. And this can have a really powerful healing effect and spark a lot of energy coming up from your root chakra up into the brain. So you may feel a lot of excitement and energy, positive energy, and this can awaken dormant parts of the brain. It helps stimulate serotonin and dopamine, which are your feel-good neurotransmitters, helps to increase creativity and cognitive functions. And so what we're doing here, again, we are tightening, contracting, squeezing our pelvic floor muscles. These are the muscles that include the genitals, the perineum, and the anus. And so all those muscles kind of down in this bottom area, you're contracting kind of like you're holding in your urine, right? Like if you are out somewhere and you really have to pee and there's not a bathroom nearby, you naturally contract those muscles. That's what we're doing here. Okay, and so I want to walk you through the order in which this will be. So when you go into the meditation, it'll make a lot more sense to you. So we start off by breathing in beats. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in through the nose, out through the mouth. All right, we'll do this for several minutes, and again, you're guided. And then at the end of the first round, you'll be instructed to take a deep breath fully in. And you can squeeze those muscles that do that Mula Bandha lock at this point if you want to. You're going to take a deep breath fully in, and then fully out. You're going to exhale all of the air in your lungs, and you're going to hold your breath. Okay? This is the breath retention phase. You're going to hold your breath for as long as you can. This is when you go into that deep meditative state. All right? And then after a bit of time, when you're instructed, you're going to take a deep breath fully in through the nose, and you're going to hold your breath. You're going to hold that inhale. And when you're doing that, that's when we're doing the Mula Bandha lock. You're going to contract and squeeze those pelvic floor muscles. You're going to imagine energy shooting up from your root chakra, up your spine, into your brain. Okay? And this is where you'll feel the energy. You can envision light kind of shooting out your third eye. Really, really powerful piece. And you're going to hold your breath on that inhale for about 30 seconds. And then you're going to fully exhale and just relax. Relax the muscles, go back to normal breathing. And then, depending on how long this meditation is, you'll start a second round. Now, this is something that you can practice on your own, to your own music if you want to. You can do 10 minutes a day, which is a wonderful practice. But you can also engage in more intense meditation sessions that I offer online and in person that are generally 30, 45, 60-minute sessions where we do several rounds of this. And I also invite you, if you haven't yet, to grab my free meditation, SOMA Breathwork meditation, for boosting positive energy. And that is a 20-minute meditation. It's a great daily practice, and that is free for you to get and start to implement into your wellness routine. All right, so I hope this was helpful for you. It gives you an idea of how to practice this SOMA breathwork, and now you can enjoy the meditations. All right, thank you. Bye for now.